Hello, you absolute legends. Welcome back to the channel. It's John and Dad here with an impromptu and a little bit of a different video for the channel. It's just a chat in the sunshine.
Tea break.
Tea break. It's a tea break chat, effectively. There's no Pistons the podcast this week because we've been
Can we hold this? You
too
talk,
busy.
You talk interestingly to the people.
I can't if you're knocking about with your...
Shan't be a minute.
Where's he gone?
You talk interesting to the people.
I am drinking elderflower squash out of a Bateman's beer glass. Bateman's being the local beer of choice here in Lincolnshire. Didn't even get into my intro before he sodded off. Come closer. What is that? All right, okay. Put it on the table, then we'll have it as the centerpiece. So, as I was saying, welcome back to an impromptu tea break chat. There's no Pistons the podcast this week because we've been working, but there is Pistons. What is that from?
It's a very small piston.
It is, isn't it?
Very, very small.
Where's
piston.
that from?
That's from a TGB 202.
Oh, nice. That's from my moped. Okay, let's start as we mean to go on the tea break chat. Tell us about that.
I saved it because it's a piston.
When did you take that out of the TGB?
Changed the barrel. I changed the barrel when I was using it. And why did I change the barrel? Because the exhaust flange had rusted away.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with the piston really, but I changed the barrel and piston.
There you go. There's some Pistons on our impromptu
We've
tea
got to have
break
a piston
chat.
in the piston podcast.
Just stopped for 10 minutes. We are working on the Audi TT Coupe. There's going to be a video on the channel, which is going to be us getting it ready for MOT, which is tomorrow. What are you going to tell us on the tea break chat? We were talking about the Audi
Well, we've
TT.
stopped for a tea break because we're doing better than we expected, aren't we?
Yeah.
We've
So,
got the seat belt fixed.
again, I don't want to give too much away from the video that's coming up, but we are working on the purple Audi TT, the coupe. It's been sleeping since October 23. We did a full engine rebuild, well, not a full engine rebuild, but we did a PCV valve system rebuild last July, and turbocharger and all that sort of stuff. Effectively, if you haven't seen those videos on the channel, check them out. They'll be up there somewhere. But it's been mechanically neglected, would you say?
Under the bonnet neglected.
Yeah, mechanically neglected under the bonnet.
Brakes and everything's always been looked after. But
However, cosmetically, it had been, well, it's really well looked after. There's no rust or rot or anything on it. It's had some paint in its life, and the interior for a car that's done 140,000 miles is lovely. Anyway, you've given it a what are you doing?
oh, what about me? Got it. Just doing stuff.
Playing with the piston. You gave it a drive. What did you reckon?
It's not bad really. It's not bad at all. Now, I take it back. It wasn't a bad drive, but unfortunately, it's one of them sort of cars that go where you tell it to go. So if you make a mistake, it's not the car's fault, it's yours.
So Quattro,
Yeah.
4-wheel drive, 225 brake horsepower, BAM engine.
I wasn't driving very hard, but if you're driving it hard, it tends to go where you tell it to do.
But it performed okay.
Seemed to do, yeah.
There's a bit of a still from the turbo.
I wasn't really giving it much beans, was I?
No. But you've driven it on Lincolnshire's back roads. I'll just put a bit of the footage of that in here now. We're having a great time. Whoa! And you enjoyed it. You enjoyed driving it. We filled it with petrol, 70 quid.
It wasn't full.
Wasn't even full. And it is quite a thirsty machine. I bought the car just to flip it, if I'm honest. I paid £1,800 for the car. Spent...
Same on it again.
No. What have we spent fixing it? 200 quid?
Bit more, I should think.
Bit more.
Because that big tick pipe was 80 or 90 quid, wasn't it?
Yeah. So I spent maybe, let's say, 350 quid with sundries, fixing it, getting it on the road.
Yeah, I had the sump off, didn't I?
Yeah, oil pickup pipe.
Check that.
And we tried to replace the parts with genuine or uprated parts. So the PCV system, how would you describe it?
It is PCV, isn't
yeah,
it?
but the pipes just turn to mush.
Yeah, most enthusiasts just delete it.
We are an enthusiast that's kept it. I like originality. And actually, that's one thing. I've taken the car back to OEM because when I bought it, it got horrible dump valve, which didn't do anything. It just sounded, well, it sounded
Made a
tosh.
noise, didn't it?
I took the tints off. There was all tinted windows. Took all the tinted lights out. Turned it back to factory. But notoriously on the channel, you hate TTs. You hate working on them. Why is that?
They're problematical, aren't they?
Apart from the Smart 450, which is also purple,
It's problematical.
it's the only car, the Roadster, when I first bought it, was the only car we'd fix something and then next week something else would go wrong. Because, if you don't know, I also own a TT Roadster. It's a 2004 plate. It's newer than the Coupe. It's got a lot less miles on the clock. And it's been sleeping for, how long has it been off the road now? 3 or 4 years?
Best place for it.
Which is sacrilegious. There is a very good reason it's sleeping. There is a very good reason that I won't sell it. And there's a very good reason that it's tucked up in the garage. It's not an investment, but I promised the person who I bought it from that I would look after it. And that person I will give my word to. So that's why it's being looked after, kind of. It probably needs recommissioning.
She can have it back. It's still got her number on it.
Yeah. Yeah. She does want it back. She can't have it back.
She can. Let her have it back.
I'll tell you the story then. So I bought it from my friend's sister. It was bought for her as a 21st birthday present, which was a very nice and very generous birthday present. It was a lot of money, brand new.
Was it brand new when she got it? Good Lord.
Yep. It was spec'd by her at Stockport Audi to have the super duper colour code. It was spec'd to have the ATP alloy wheels. It was spec'd at factory to have the character front grille and the Recaro sport seats. I have the receipt. It was £39,000 back in 2004, brand new. And then it had a number plate put on it that's probably worth £5,000.
It's not worth anybody called John.
If your name's Kate. And when I bought it, I promised Kate that I would look after it, and that is what we have done, or have done, kind of. Anyway, enough about the Roadster. That's a job for next year on the channel, I think.
Oh, excellent.
Getting the Roadster out and about. Anyway, that's sleeping.
It hasn't got a roof.
And so this is the conversation we were just having. I prefer the Coupe. The Roadster's great. Top down, take it to the beach, take it to the seaside. Fine, not a problem. But when you're 6'3" and 20 odd stone, Recaro sport seats aren't comfy. And you do sit totally different in a Roadster. You can't see. I don't know if the driving position is different.
Well, you're sort of short that edge China when you're driving it, aren't you?
Yeah,
You're
but
looking over the top of
it's
the window.
noisy and it's rattly and it's a bit...
It is rattly compared to that.
Yeah.
It is very rattly.
So you've driven both now. What do you
I
think?
have. Well, that's better. This one's better than that Roadster.
The only thing that makes a noise in the Coupe is the parcel shelf, which knocks spout up and down, rattles, which is a common fault on them. So we've been working on the TT Coupe to get it MOT ready. We've done some bits. We've got a few bits left to do. There's no major jobs. We thought we'd got a big problem this morning. We haven't got a big problem this morning, hopefully, which is good news. What's left to do?
Finish checking it over. Have a look at the brakes.
Good. Also, I need to tell you in this tea break chat, 1 million views.
Yeah. What of?
Us.
Not yet.
Yeah.
All right.
1 million views.
a
1
lot.
million views on our content on the channel. So thank you if you have watched the
That's
channel.
a lot of sardines.
That hasn't Sorry, just to clarify to you, 1 million views doesn't mean that I've earned £1 million.
Sardines and a pound each.
I wonder what that translates to in money. It's about 100 quid.
Some people get amazing amount of views, don't they?
Yeah.
It's, when you look at some of the things I normally look at, I think, crikey, a lot of people look at that. But then there's not a lot of comments.
It's one of them things I don't understand. I don't understand the algorithm. I don't understand YouTube as much as some of the popular YouTubers.
But people must be like me. I'll always look for a certain person to put a new video out. Because normally he puts one out at the weekend and I watch it on Sunday night when there's nothing
Who's
on
this?
telly. Alan Millyard.
Oh, there you go. Oh, well, yeah. Lots of people watch him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
I'm waiting for his when he comes out, and he hasn't put one out this weekend yet.
Are you subscribed and you tick the little bell icon to get your notification?
No.
Which leads us in nicely. Maybe you're not seeing that we're releasing new videos. When you hit subscribe, if you haven't already done so, tick the bell icon, and that will tell people, ding! John and Pete have got a
notification on my phone.
Yeah, got a new video out. So 1 million views. Thank you. That is a lot of people, actually. Well, how many people have watched?
And it's you watching it over and over.
It doesn't work like that.
Oh, right.
Someone has suggested that when me and Mrs. John Coupland are out, the inspector is at home watching it on repeat. But no, it doesn't work like that. If you've watched it on your computer once, it won't tick over that you've watched it again and again and again and again. Else you could just sit there with a little bot thing refreshing it, I think.
Yeah, you could, couldn't you? Somebody knows what they're doing.
And get, unnecessary views. Anyway, 1 million views. Thank you very much. We are close to 5,000 subscribers as well. Lots of people are confused sometimes that I've spoken to about the subscriber thing. They think that it's a paid for service. It's not. It's free. It helps support us. And actually, as Dad says about Adam Millyard.
Alan
Millyard, not Adam. I went to school with an Adam Millyard. That's why that's come from. Then it tells you that we've got a new video out. But to subscribe is free and it helps us.
Alan Millyard is an engineer who works both in metric and imperial. So his first part of his name is mil, as in millimetre, and his yard is in yard, you see.
So his actual name isn't Millyard.
That's his real name. But
he's meant for it.
You used to have imperial politicians called Michael Foot, and then you have a metric one called Ed Miliband. He's a metric politician.
So us, as Coupland, we should have chickens.
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
That was tosh, wasn't it?
Yes, nonsense.
Yeah, absolute.
Talking absolute nonsense.
Yeah. Janice would call it something else.
Yeah, we'll talk about Janice later on in another podcast. There will be a podcast coming up later this week, maybe. I've got to say about Shedfest. Have you heard of Shedfest?
No.
Shedfest is an event held at a raceway, and I don't know where it is. Is there one that begins with M? Mallory Park. Well done.
Near Derby.
Yeah, and it was held by Auto Alex, who is a really famous YouTuber.
Oh, I'll look him up.
Of car stuff. Used to belong to, I think it was Car Throttle, and then he's left and gone and done his own thing. Anyway, Shedfest was held at Mallory Park this bank holiday weekend just gone, and a lot of people didn't get in.
No, it was busy. It was that busy.
And some people were able to tell me. We obviously wasn't there. Some people who I've spoken to booked tickets, arrived at the time that they were told to arrive at this What 3 Words location, and queued for over 3 hours to move half a mile. Some people abandoned their cars. Again, it's not unconfirmed, but apparently 16,000 people were trying to get to Mallory Park.
It is Mallory Park, isn't it? That's Leicester then.
At 10:30 in the morning.
It's not Donington. It's not. I was thinking of getting mixed up between Mallory Park and Castle Donington.
So if you went to Shedfest, A, did you get in? B, did you have any problems? C, what do you reckon? I'm not blaming Auto Alex in any way, shape or form. I'm guessing there's going to be a lot of people out there who are going to bash him to high heaven for it. I'm guessing there was an organisational, communicational breakdown somewhere. And 16,000 people trying to get...
It's a lot, isn't it?
It is. I've also read reports of crashes. and car breakdowns.
Ooh.
So it's not a bash, please don't think it's a bash, but Shedfest, if you didn't get in, or if you did get in, let us know in the comments, because I'd be interested in that.
I've happy memories of Mallory Park. We used to go there on motorbikes to watch the racing. It's a bit like Cadwell. It's not a big race track, if you know what I mean. It's sort of a...
Well, that leads us nicely on to Truckfest as well, which was held in Lincoln this weekend. And Lincolnshire police basically had to go and sort it out because the queues there to get in was unbelievable. People were abandoning cars and walking, and it was just causing an absolute...
Well, showgrounds used to big numbers of people, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, but something went wrong there as well. So lots of events on. I like this. This is our impromptu Pistons podcast.
I nearly went to Stickney Auto Jumble last weekend, but it was absolutely chucking it down.
Oh yeah, so I was due to go in the Proton SE, the white one, just to go and have a look round.
I was going to do, but when I got up, it was
torrential.
It was horrible.
At least we've had a good bank holiday. Mrs. John Coupland and I went to the Yorkshire Wildlife Park yesterday.
By gum.
Up at Doncaster.
Yeah.
That was an experience. We took the Orange Smart.
Did you?
Yeah, we did, and it went lovely. Have
you checked the oil on it?
No, I haven't checked the oil on it. Maybe that's a job to do, eh?
It is.
I was going to take the 450, but we need new tyres. So I didn't want to take it all the way to Donington and back, Doncaster and
Doncaster.
back, on the old tyres. For those of you asking about Mrs. John Coupland, by the way, she's had her operation. She's recovering. It was about a month ago now. She's nearly fully recovered.
She'll be starting back work, will she?
Which is good news. She's back to work tomorrow. So, out of my way. But no, thank you very much. Genuinely, lots of kind comments about Mrs. John Coupland and her health. So hopefully we're going to get the all clear when we go back and see a doctor, and everything's done.
You don't normally have chats like this. He normally calls me names.
Dad accused me this morning of driving the TT without tax, insurance or MOT. So I had to put him right.
And he was very, very rude to me. Very rude. He was ruder than what Janice would be.
We can't talk about Janice on this podcast.
Why not?
Because nobody knows who or what Janice is.
Janice is an enigma.
Is she?
Yeah, she's an enigma.
Just to clarify, Janice isn't mum.
No.
Am I not allowed to tell people?
No, Janice is an enigma. It's something that should never be known.
Oh.
Never be
Who
known.
is Janice?
Janice is an acquaintance of mine.
People are going to think all sorts.
She's just an acquaintance and Mum knows all about her.
Yes.
And Mum likes Janice.
Yeah, well, yes.
Mum is Janice's friend.
Yes. Okay. I can't tell anyone about that.
No, Janice is an enigma.
Okay.
But she's just a fun person to be with, but she can get you in a bit of trouble.
Person is a loose term.
You know, she's a person. You know.
She has a personality, but not a person.
She's a personality, all right. Yeah, she's a personality. She's a typical Boston girl, anyway.
I'll tell you now, because it didn't come to fruition. But I tried to buy Weeping Nun for you as a present
You better not
to hang on the wall.
I want that even less than a plasma cutter.
Don't you want a plasma
I
cutter?
do not want a plasma cutter. No, I don't want to set fire to my shed cutting metal for no reason.
In the last video, I gifted you a
Yeah, we ain't got that out yet.
car crawler from them. I got middle of Lidled, and I also spotted in the middle of Lidl a plasma cutter. You don't want one?
I don't. I've no use for a class.
People are telling me I need to buy you one.
No, people do, but I have no use for a plasma cutter.
No, I understand.
I don't want to cut stuff. I've got an angle grinder.
What do you need?
I don't need anything, thank you. A
Welder?
World peace. I've got a welder.
I tell you what I do want that I've seen. A hydraulic press.
Yeah.
We can have some great fun with that, can't we?
Well, not until you've got something that needs pressing.
Well, there's plenty. That leads us nicely back to people that have got millions of views on YouTube. Have you never seen the hydraulic press channel?
No, I haven't. No.
Oh, it's I think they're Danish or Dutch or Norwegian or Scandinavian. They've got a hydraulic press, and basically all their videos is let's put this stuff through the hydraulic press, and it's like candles, chocolate, birthday cake, teddies,
Right.
all sorts of stuff, and it's very popular.
The chap who owns the garage where I go for my MOTs, and I went for my air conditioning regas today, he got years ago an industrial press. and it is too big for garage use really, but it's an impressive beast. It's like a 50-ton press.
Wow.
And it's too, you've got to be careful with it.
So I was watching this channel, I don't know what someone will tell me what the press rating is, but they were putting 5 tons of pressure.
Well, that's a little press, that is.
On a ball, on a metal sphere.
That's a little press, that is.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's a baby press.
But that could be a new thing. We could do hydraulic press.
Well, somebody else is doing it. Don't pinch somebody else's ideas. Nobody's pinched our idea.
Don't know about that.
Nobody's that stupid. We need to crack on, Gromit.
Yeah, okay, fine.
We've got work to do.
If you've enjoyed this little impromptu tea break chat, let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already liked and subscribed, please consider doing so. Thanks to everyone for their continued support. I've been quite humbled by it this week. I had to let it sink in, the 1 million views. I'm sure there's people out there that get 1 million views on one video and think, but we are 2 blokes in a shed in Lincolnshire farting about with old cars that I waste my money on, and they are terrible financial decisions. It upsets my wife. Doesn't really. She just pretends it does. And then Dad has to fix. So if you are supporting of the channel, thank you. That's all I've got to say. Back to work. Till next time, have a great day.
Crack on, Gromit.
Crack on, Gromit. Take care. I might have another drink before we crack on.
I'm going to put my piston away.
Yeah,
it's the only piston we've got.
Goodbye.
The only piston we've got.
If you've enjoyed this video, I've selected a few more specially for you on this page. Click either side to select them now. And if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button to always stay up to date with the channel.